Swamin Namaste Natalokabandho Karunya Sindho Patitam Bhavabdhau Mamuddharatmiya Kataksha Drishtya Rijvyati Karunya Sudhabhivrishya Swamin Namaste Swamin Namaste Swamin Namaste Swamin Namaste Sarvadharam Sarvavastu Prakasham Sarvakaram Sarvagam Sarvashunyam Nityam Shuddham Nischalam Nirvikalpam Brahmadvaitam Yat Tadevahamasmi Yat Pratyastha Sheshamaya Vishesham Pratyagrupam Pratyayagamyamanam Satyatyanananta Anandarupam Brahmadvaitam Yat Tadevahamasmi Nishkriyosmi Avikarosmi Nishkalosmi Nirakritihi Nirvikalposmi Nityosmi Niralambosmi Nirdvayaha Sarvatmakoham Sarvoham Sarvatitoham Advayaha Kevalakhandabodhoham Anandoham Nirantaraha Anandoham Nirantaraha Swarajya Samrajya Vibhutiresha Bhavat Kripa Shri Mahima Prasadat Prapta Maya Shri Gurave Mahatmane Namo Namaste Stu Punar Namostu Namo Namaste Stu Punar Namostu Namo Namaste Stu Punar Namostu Namastasmai Sadaikasmai Kasmai Chinmahase Namaha Yadetad Vishwarupena Rajate Guru Rajate Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru. While chanting the slokas, I am remembering, yesterday I had told all of you, chant this Anandoham Nirantaraha. I don't know how many of you have done or whether you have forgotten. I also forgot that I had told you, only now only I am remembering that I had told. But you know, this is a very small phrase which you can chant, Anandoham Nirantaraha. It will give you a lot of ananda, and not only that, the mind most of the time is not very delightful. We are constantly having so many problems in the mind, crisscross. Bhagavad Gita says that human beings, they have so like a spider's net, so many thoughts keep on coming to the mind, and the end to it is only with the end of the body. Till that time, thoughts will keep on coming, because that is mind's nature. So, if whatever thought is not necessary Some thoughts we do not like also. If we replace it with something that is very good, then that takes away the mind's tendencies to go behind the thoughts. And what are the thoughts? Thoughts will be either of the past or of the future. Past, whatever has happened, and future, whatever we are imagining or planning that this should happen to us. So we will be constantly thinking that. In Vivekachoodamani there is a shloka which says, Atitan anusandhanam bhavishyad avicharanam audasenyam api praptam jivan muktasya lakshanam. Yesterday I said, Yani sthita prajnasya lakshanani tani eva sadhanani. So the lakshanas, the qualities, the characteristics of the sthita prajna or the self-realized master or jivan muktas. Who is a jivan mukta? Who has become liberated from the shackles of the mind and intelligence while he is living. So he is free, he moves about freely. And that shloka that I chanted yesterday, taught you also, Kaupinam Shatakhanda Jarjarataram, that is the description of the Jivan Mukta. So this shloka says, Atita ananusandhanam bhavishyad avicharanam. That is, don't think, make it a practice of not to dwell on the past. Past, whatever has happened, happened. We cannot do anything about it. Bhavishyad avicharanam. Bhavishyad also we don't know. We may plan, we may think, we may imagine so many things, but it may not happen. But you work for it. But it's not that we have to constantly imagine that this should be done or this will happen to me. So, bhavishyad avicharanam audasenyam api praptam. So, for both the atita, the past, and the future, bhavishyad, about both of them be indifferent. Live in the present. Whatever has to be done in the present, be focused on it. What happens is that because we keep on thinking of the past and we keep on thinking of the future, many times we are not focused on our present, what we should do and how we can do the best. The mind, we may be doing, but the mind will go to something else. So, audasenyam api praptam. So, if you can practice this, it is a lakshana of a jivan mukta. And we want the characteristics and lakshanas, the qualities of a jivan mukta, we want to imbibe them. So this is one. Another in this Vivekachoodamani. I am saying these shlokas, because I have chanted this many times. I am telling you, you are listening. But is it only to be listened to? It is to be practiced. And why are these being told? I am telling, at least I know that in my spiritual journey, it's a long journey, I have practiced this. And I can say that you can attain this. That slowly you will find that the thoughts will come, whether it is past or future, they will come and go. It will not affect you anymore. It will just go. Say like we sit in the balcony and maybe the balcony is over a road. We see so many things. People going, children going, playing ball, or some animals are going, some cars are going, friends are holding their hands and going. We are seeing it. Do we go behind them? We don't go behind them. So the thoughts, if you want to be free of the thoughts, or if you don't say free of the thoughts will keep on coming. If you want the thoughts not to affect you, then this is a practice that simply watch the thoughts, wherefrom they are coming and they are going away. So initially it will be a little difficult. You will find the habit is such that if you have thought about your son, that son's thought has come into the mind. Maybe you were thinking of God or doing your mantra. Son's thought has come, or say office some thought has come. You will find that after some time you are thinking that. and not the mantra or whatever you are thinking. So, this is a habit. So, what you do, you bring back your mind again to the mantra or again any thought, any shloka, suppose you are contemplating on the shloka. Then you bring it back your mind. So, as you do it repeatedly, you will slowly see that the thoughts will come and go. You will not be running after them anymore. That habit will make you be focused on one thing. So, atita ananusandhanam bhavishyad avicharanam audasenyam api praptam jivan muktasya lakshanam. And another is a very beautiful shloka which I have chanted many times, that is Anatma Chinta. I can give you the shloka number. Wait, I'll find out from here. You know, that is why I have to bring so many books. I don't remember. So, Swamiji was telling me yesterday, oh, you're going for a lecture? Why so many things? I said, I'm not like you, Swamiji, I don't remember. So I have to bring all my books. What is the number? 379. Oita dakho. That is 379. And this one, Atita? So the next one that I am going to say is the 379 of Vivekachoodamani. This is Anatma. 432 is the one that I have chanted. Okay. Atita ananusandhanam pavishyad avicharanam audasenyam api praptam jivan muktasya lakshanam. And 379 is this one. Anatma chintanam tyaktva kashmalam dukkha karanam Chintaya Atmanam Rupam Yan Mukti Karanam. So it's telling us to do this practice. Anatma Chintanam Tyaktva. What is Anatma? Everything else apart from the self is Anatma. Self is the changeless one, imperishable, and everything the self, apart from the self, all the other things, including my body, up to the world and all the varieties in the world are anatma. Those are changeful. So, we have a habit of thinking of the anatma. Because we feel that the body, it has 5 senses. The senses are constantly going out to their respective objects of enjoyment and telling the mind that come. Give an approval to enjoy. And the mind also, if it is not restrained, the mind also tries to go. Initially it will be a little wish, like you see something enjoyable, you will feel that, oh, let me enjoy. Then what happens? Then the mind keeps on thinking. Suppose you have not got it, then the mind will keep on thinking of that object. So, in Bhagavad Gita it says, dhyayato vishyan pumsaha sangasteshu upajayate. And if you allow the mind to think of that object again and again, suppose you find that very simple example, say a very modern gadget you want to buy. So you will be maybe earning money and keeping it, saving to buy it, and you will think where from to buy, where you will get a better rate, this, that. So the mind will be constantly thinking about that object. So initially there was a little wish that, oh, let me get a new one. Then you start thinking on that, thinking on that, thinking on that. Every other thought goes away. You keep thinking. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu upajayate. So in what way the sangha comes? Suppose you have a wish. You keep on thinking that I must achieve it, acquire it. You do not get it. Then what will be there? There will be disappointment, dissatisfaction. You will blame somebody or other that because of that reason I am not able to. And suppose you get it also, then there is all the more anxiety that I should be able to use it properly. It should not get bad very soon. I've paid so much of money. So all these things, all those thoughts associated will also come. So sangaseshu upajayate, sangat sanjayate kamaha. So once we start thinking of it, that greed comes, that I must have it. Kamat krodho vijayate. And if you do not get it, there will be anger, dissatisfaction and all that. This is a Bhagavad Gita shloka. And ultimately the buddhi bhramsha will take place. So I'm not going into that. So our mind is, we are in our day-to-day life constantly guided by these sense organs. And we are not restraining. If you are not restraining the senses and the mind, what will happen? It will unnecessarily go here and there. So this shloka is saying, anatma chintanam tyaktva. Whenever you find that the mind is unnecessarily going to thoughts which are not necessary at a particular point of time. Suppose you are in the office, you have to do your work, but you are thinking of something else. The work will not be done in a proper manner. Similarly, wherever you are. So, anatma chintanam tyaktva kashmalam dukkha karanam. If you keep on thinking of the anatma, which is perishable, which will be over, then it will only give you suffering. It will not remain with you for long. It will become old. Suppose you have taken a new thing also. The joy of having something new will be for some time. Then again it will become old. Then you feel that, oh, a better model has come. So let me go behind that. So unless you restrain yourself, this will keep on happening and suffering will be there. So if we keep on dwelling on anatma, then what will happen? This dukkha will be constantly following us. So it says, instead of that, make a habit of chintaya. What is that? Chintaya means think. Atmanam ananda rupam. I don't know whether you get a joy when we chant this. Say, Atmanam ananda rupam.
Atmanam ananda rupam.
Atmanam ananda rupam.
Atmanam ananda rupam.
Actually, we have not seen the Atma, we have not realized the Atma. It's only through the description from the Shastras, description or the words of the Guru that we are coming to know the characteristics or the qualities or the attributes of the Atma. And if we dwell in those characteristics sincerely, lovingly, we find that there is a lot of freedom. Say, I chanted this verse in the beginning, which says, Sarvadharam sarvavastu prakasham. Sarvadharam sarvavastu prakasham. What is Sarvadharam? It is the support of all. So, support of all means what? Immediately the mind expands. It's a huge, magnificent something which is supporting everything, including me. So what is that? Sarvavastu prakasham. And it is that kind of a light which lights up everything. We may light up a room by lights, tube lights and this light and that light. This is what? It is self-effulgent. It is swaprakasha. It lights up. So my real nature is like this, which we have forgotten. We identify with the body, as Swamiji was explaining today. We identify with the body, I think that this is I. Because from childhood our parents have told us this word I. And we are using it so often in a very wrong manner. Nobody has told us the no. Just imagine, none of our elders, parents, teachers, nobody tells us right from the childhood, yes, this body is there, but there is a self which is you. This is your real identity. Has anybody told us? What a sad thing. What a sad thing. But earlier days in Gurukulam they used to say. And now we do not know. So we have learned a wrong thing. And Now to learn the right thing, this knot is so big, so tight, it takes a long time. That is why it's said that if from childhood bring your children and let them be exposed to this. Youngsters should be exposed, but youngsters feel that, oh, this is not a time. This manda mumuksha. Oh, there is a lot of time. Let me enjoy now. Now later we will see. We will see when we become a little old and retire. That time what will happen? You know what will happen? Krishna tvadiya padapankaja panjarante adyaiva me vishatu manasa raja hamsaha prana prayana samaye kafavata pittaihi kantavarodhana vidhau smaranam kutaste. Krishna tvadiya padapankaja panjarante is the devotee is calling Krishna, that Krishna tvadiya padapankaja panjarante, at your holy lotus feet, which should be like a cage. Why cage? Adyaiva me vishatu manasa rajahamsaha. My mind, which is a rajahamsa, which is a swan, let it enter and be encaged at your holy lotus feet. You please encage it so that it cannot fly away. Adyaiva, just now, immediately. Because the mind thinks that we'll do it later. Suppose I wait for my old age, then what will happen? Adyaiva me vishatu manasa rajahamsaha prana prayana samaye. And when we become old and approaching death, kapha bata pittaihi, the body will be having phlegm, arthritis and pitta and so many other things, that the whole mind will go there and not on this. Krishna padiya pada pankaja panjarante adyaiva me vishatu manasa raja hamsaha prana prayana samaye kafabata pittaihi kantavarodhana vidhau smaranam kutaste. How smaranam or remembrance will take place? The whole voice will be choked. You won't be able to take breath properly. You won't be able to get up also properly. All the focus and all the mind will be not on the thought of God or thought of self or Brahman. It will be only on the thought of the body. So that is why it is said that start practicing right away. So he's saying, anatma chintanam tyaktva kashmalam dukkha karanam chintaya atmanamananda rupam yan mukti karanam. That if you make a habit of thinking about the self, thinking about the self does not mean, my dear children, that you say self, self, atma, atma, brahman, brahman. It doesn't mean that. It means you must think about qualities. These qualities. Sarvadharam, sarvavastu prakasham. When we read this, we become this, at least for that moment. So as long as you will chant, you make a habit of chanting. I was telling Swamiji keeps on telling me that he's very happy that people are chanting so well. Very happy. But I am a little critic. So Swamiji says, don't you think the chanting is very nice? I said, yes, very nice. But Swamiji, please tell that the words have to be reflected upon. He said, I have told so many times. How can I tell every day? I said, at least say once. At least once in this lecture you say. You are not saying even once. So Swamiji said, no. Chanting is very good. I said, okay, we differ. Chanting is very good. Now, please remember that I am taking this sloka. I am going to tell you something. You know what? Swamiji used to take Upanishads with us, long back, we were in 1997 or so. He took all the Upanishads. So it was early morning, not early morning, 9:30 in the morning. And earlier such classes was not there. And those days Swamiji was young. So after breakfast he would give a round of the ashram. He'll go to the cow shed, we had cows. He'd go, always in the ashram there used to be construction. So there were 2 carpenters, 2-3 masons. So he will go to the carpenter's shed, sit with them. They will be chiseling and doing that, what is called. So he will be sitting. Then when they are working, he will get a lot of knowledge from them, how they are making the things. Like that. So when he decided to take the classes, he told everybody, and it was a small ashram. So we ourselves used to hand over, if they needed a screw, they needed a pliers, they needed something else, hardware things, all we have to give them. So we told Swamiji that they keep on coming throughout the day asking for this, asking for that. Some things are not there in the store, so they will ask for money to go and get it. So how to have a class? So Swamiji told all of them between 9:30 and 10:30, nobody should come to disturb us, neither Swamiji nor us. And if they want anything, before 9:30 they should get it. So classes started. Now Swamiji was, it was a wonderful class. From Chichur some of them used to come. But sometimes Swamiji started coming a little late. He would go for the round and then come late. Initially he was very punctual, then he started he would sit there, he will not remember. Earlier the workers used to tell Swamiji, Mani adichu, the bell has gone, so please go for the class. Then they also stopped telling Swamiji. So what happened, when Swamiji would not come, we will rehearse. All the slokas that he has taught us, we'll rehearse. And then it slowly happened that we have rehearsed, we'll repeat once, twice, thrice, all that. Still he has not come. So I used to be a little disappointed, someday frustrated, someday angry, someday with a lot of self-pity that we want to learn and Swamiji is not teaching. So anyway, one day he came. When he came, it was only 15 or 20 minutes left. So that day I told Swamiji that, Swamiji, you know that how we are eagerly waiting to listen, and every day you are late. And today, see, this is only 20 minutes left. So Swamiji then looked at me and said, I have taught many shlokas. Have you learnt all of them? Have you mastered them? Just that much. So then I thought, yes, what is the use of learning so many shlokas? We have to reflect on the shlokas. We have to become the shlokas. Then only our learning will be right learning. So I wanted to tell. So now also I am telling Swamiji, so many shlokas, you please ask also what is the reflection they have done. So Swamiji is not doing that. So this one, Sarvadharam Sarvavastu Prakasham, this is Chintaya Atmanam Ananda Rupam. Sarvakaram, it is the infinite form, the self, everything is the extension of the self. Every variety is the extension of the self. Because the substratum is the self and self alone, the presence. Though the forms are different. So, Sarvakaram, Sarvagam, all pervading, Sarva Shunyam, and it is devoid of multiplicity. Nityam, eternal, Shuddham, pure, Nischalam, it is unmoved, Nirvikalpam, and it is absolute. That Brahman I am. Brahma Advaitam Yat. Tat Eva Aham Asmi. The last word is this. Telling the qualities of the Brahman says that that Brahman I am. So these are to be dwelt in. So we can chant the sloka, but if we chant it mechanically, actually this, why I am saying this, because I have gone through this. When you keep on chanting, most of the time, after some time, it becomes a mechanical chanting. You are chanting and you are thinking of something else. So do, whenever you chant and think the meaning, feel the meaning, become the meaning, get drenched in the meaning. Get drenched in the meaning. It may be 1 or 2 slokas, but then only that feeling will be there, that you understand it. And during your day-to-day daily chores, you have to constantly think, did I behave like this? Did I think like this? Did I work like this? You understand? So it says, Sarvavastu Prakasham. So if I am that Brahman, which is Sarvavastu Prakasham, why is it that my mind was a little dark today? What happened? How can I remove that? How can I be Sarvavastu Prakasham? How can I be pure, Shuddham, Nishchalam? We get affected so easily by little things. So it is unmoved. I am Nishchalam. Why did it happen that I got affected? Is it necessary? Was it necessary for me to be so affected? How can I get over that? And this is not, I was telling Sanjay today, that we are taking texts. And when we are taking a text, we are going by the text. Actually, everything has to be joined together. Everything has to be joined together. Say, if I take this Vairagya Shatakam, I am taking a sloka. There, questions should arise. How can this be? Then you find an answer, either in Bhagavatam or in Bhagavad Gita. Some sloka will come to you, by which you will feel, vacha, this can be done. So, Chintaya Atmanam Ananda Rupam. I told you also that in the beginning I chanted the shloka, Ananda Rupam. So these things can be chanted. See, Nishkriyosmi, Abhikarosmi, Nishkalosmi, Nirakritihi, Nirvikalposmi, Nityosmi, Niralambosmi, Nirdvayaha. Asmi means I am, I am, I am. I am this, I am this, I am this. The feeling, so, Chintaya Atmanam Ananda Rupam. I started saying, we don't know the Atma. How can we give it a Rupa? How to love it? How can we love somebody? See, people get so much enamored by film stars and sports people. They have not met them. Have they met? Only by their pictures, only by what they are doing. So by their some qualities, say cricketers. So by their skill in cricket, that makes them feel drawn to them. The way somebody acts, by that one gets drawn to them. And many other musicians are there, artists are there, whom we don't even know, but we adore them. Politicians, maybe our ministers are there, prime ministers. We feel some qualities good. Literature people are there. So, similarly, how to love this Atma? Why should we think of the Atma? First of all, tell me. You're very easily thinking of the family and everything. Then how to change it to Atma? Unless you love it. So what should you love? We do not know. Atma is a very absolutely abstract. How will you love it? The qualities. And the qualities we can get. So these qualities have to be understood. When it says all pervading, Sarvagam. Sarvagam means it's everywhere it is. Just keep quiet and think. Me, an absolutely narrow-minded, limited person who can think only of myself and my belongings and my family, I feel I am expanded in this whole universe. When we start doing it with so much of love, what happens? It becomes a habit. And slowly you will find that you don't have to practice anymore. It has become yours. Just like a mother, when she becomes a mother, initially she'll think, oh, I've become a mother. And the elders will say, hey, get up, don't sleep, you have to feed your child. After a few days, or after maybe one day, does anybody have to tell the mother that you have to feed your child, you have to give bath, you have to make him or her wear the dress? This is your child. Never she will forget that I have a child. Whatever she is doing. Getting scolded by the boss also she'll remember that I have got a child. I have to run home. So why? Because she has become mother. Here we have to become a seeker. So when we become a seeker, our first identity is a seeker. I am a son or a daughter, then one becomes husband or wife. Then one becomes father or mother, grandfather, grandmother. But when you step in spirituality, your first identity is you are a seeker. And being a son or a daughter, you should behave like a good son, good daughter. Or good husband, good wife, good mother, good father. So when we become a seeker, lot of responsibility is there. We should become a good seeker. All that a seeker should do, we must have. And what is the fourfold qualities? Sadhana Jadushtaya. We must take to Viveka, we must take to Vairagya, Shamadamadi Shatka Sampatti, and Moksha. These four will go hand in hand. One increases, the others will increase. One decreases, others will decrease. It's not that we have to first do Viveka, then do Vairagya, then Shamadamadi, though they are written one after another. It's all together. Can you get it? So we are taking the Vairagya part of it. I am taking the Vairagya part of it. Because Vairagya will help Mumuksha. Mumuksha will help Viveka. Viveka will help Vairagya. Shamadamadi will help everything. Because if you do everything, but you don't have Shamadamadi, that is restraint of the mind, restraint of the senses, then what will happen? Your mind will go here and there. You will not be able to bring it back to Chintayam Ananda Atmanam Ananda Rupam. How will you bring it? It has gone. Thinking of where I can go, where we can have a party, what all things I have to buy. See, don't make a mistake. Not saying that you don't have to buy, you don't have to go anywhere. It's not that at all. In our life, whatever is necessary, whatever is a need, we must do. But there is a very thin line between need and desire, need and greed. You have to understand that. And the seekers will understand it slowly. Definitely they will understand. A seeker, if you do this Viveka, Vairagya, Shamadamadi and Mumuksha, you will find that you will be able to understand every movement of your mind. Every movement of the mind means why my mind is becoming fearful, why my mind is becoming anxious, why is it that I'm having a little trace of jealousy when somebody else's son has done better and not mine. You understand? This you cannot say that, oh, I don't know why I'm feeling like this. If you're a seeker and you're doing sadhana, you will know it. Only when we know it, we can remove it. So first of all, it is to acknowledge oneself, find out oneself, and then try to purify oneself. So, in Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Sara Sangraha, it says, one shloka is there, 94. Vairagya rahita eva yamalaya ivalaye krishnanti trividhais tapaihi mohita api panditaha. 94. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Sara Sangraha. It says, Vairagya Rahita. You understand what is Vairagya Rahita? Those who do not have Vairagya. Vairagya Rahita eva Yamalaya Ibalaya. That is telling why this Vairagya is necessary. Even if you are a Pandita, that means you know the Shastras very well. You have read so many scriptures. You know many slokas. You can chant. Remember this, chant this, Bhagavad Gita, all the slokas you know. Even if you are a Pandita, if that Pandita is without Vairagya, without dispassion, even if that person is well versed in scriptures, they will be in delusion. And they live in their house. Yamalaya iva alaya. Their house will be just like Yamalaya. What is Yamalaya? The kingdom of death. Trividhai tapaihi klishnanti eva. Because they will be scorched by the three kinds of afflictions. See, everybody, I told you that we have three kinds of afflictions, misery, which is called tapatraya. Three kinds of afflictions. Scorching. What is that? Adi Daivika, Adi Bhautika and Adhyatmika. So Adi Daivika and Adi Bhautika we can still sometimes escape. May not escape also. But suppose we escape Adhyatmika Dukkha, that is because of one's own mind's tendencies, we suffer. So suppose somebody is very learned but does not have Vairagya. So clings to things which should not be clung to. That is, he clings to this future or clings to whatever has happened to in the past. Those thoughts are like that. He has not practiced how he can have this reconciliation and acceptance in life, likes and dislikes, how you can have an equal vision towards that, how you can have reading the Shastras which are constantly telling us, hold on to the thought of the Atma or Brahman, then there will be no fear. So, this, though he knows everything, the self, I am the self, I am not the body. Everybody knows. The self has these qualities. Many of you will know. And you may tell also others. But you have not lived them. Through your day-to-day life, you have not lived to imbibe those qualities and become so. You understand? So it is absolutely necessary, actually, when we say self-realization, it is something very great. We have no idea about it, how to reach there. So what is the first step? Those characteristics and the qualities of self has to be imbibed. And those are the pure qualities. That is, Swamiji told that day, Vishuddha Sattvasya Guna Prasadaha. That Vishuddha Sattva we should become. That is, we should become pure. All our undesirable, impure tendencies, we should try to remove and strengthen the good qualities and get more good qualities. And all these are Atmic qualities. We should try to, in our thought, in our speech, in our deed, in our action and interaction, behavior, in everything, we must try to imbibe these qualities. So it says that even if a Pandita is a Pandita, he knows so many Shastras, if he has not had the Vairagya, he feels that he is still clinging to the sensual pleasures and he doesn't know how, he doesn't give enough value to the thought of Atma or Brahman. He spends his time thinking of the worldly things. Then he will be only suffering. So, Vairagya towards these unnecessary things. What are these things which one should try to remove? That is clinging, desires, possessiveness, ego. These are the things we should try to remove. And what we should gain is an equal, just what we call in Bhagavad Gita the samatva. Having a samatva vision towards everything. Do work excellently, but do not cling to the results. If you do work well, whatever is the outcome will come. And you have to accept it. You have done your best, but suppose the outcome is not up to your liking or what you expected. It may happen. Then do not become disappointed, depressed. That is called samatva. There is likes and dislikes. Both will be there. Good and bad, success and failure, both will be there. So you keep a neutral vision or an equal vision, a samatva vision, so that you do not become affected by the happenings of life. So, unaffected, remaining unaffected by anything that happens. Anything that happens. So that in Bhagavad Gita word it is yadrichha lava santushtaha. Whatever comes in the life, your contentment should not leave you. Be contented. Be happy. You may not be happy initially, but you must try. And then that stage will come when we will not feel anything. Okay, whatever comes, it's okay. Whatever goes, it's okay. So this is one which says very, very clearly that it is not to become Pandita. It is not that, that is what Swamiji was saying, professional listeners. Don't become professional listeners. You must do your sadhana to at least get some of the qualities. So this becoming Pandita is not the aim. Also in Vivekachoodamani 78th verse, it says, Vishayasha mahapashat yo vimuktaha sudustyajat saeva kalpate muktiyai nanya shat shastra vedyapi. Vishayasha mahapashat yo vimuktaha sudustyajat saeva kalpate muktiyai nanya shat shastra vedyapi. One who is free from Vishaya Asha, that is, the terrible desires or hankering of sense objects. Constantly thinking that outside things will give us happiness. Everybody is running after outside things only. It gives happiness, but for a short while. We do forget that. So those who are free from that, vimuktaha, one who is free from that hankering and this hankering or the desire to enjoy the sense objects, it is very difficult to get over those desires. It's very sometimes grossly there, sometimes subtly there. Like grossly, acquiring wealth, property, acquisition, so many things. And the subtles are appreciation, good words. These are very subtle ones. We keep on wanting them with a begging bowl, as I was telling yesterday. So these are very, very difficult to get rid of, to renounce. Now, it says sudustyajat. Dustyajat means it's very difficult to renounce. Sudustyajat means very, very difficult. So Shastras, they are telling that it is very difficult. And Vishaya Asha Mahapasha, it is like a fetter. It is as if we have been bound by some rope. We are in a prison of that. But suppose somebody is liberated from that, then they are fit for liberation. Those people are fit for liberation, those who are constantly introspecting and developing Vairagya, Mumuksha, Shamadamadi, etc. And they are constantly understanding that this desire has to be renounced or moderated. Say renounce or moderated. Then only they will become fit for liberation. Not anybody else, even though he be versed in all the 6 Shastras. You understand? So learning Shastras is not the way. Learning Shastras or just learning some slokas is not the way. The books are saying this. You have to see to it that you are sublimating your desires, you are doing introspection, you are having vairagya towards that unnecessary desires, and then only you will be fit for liberation. Then there is one more sloka here, 79. And it says, next one, this is Vivekachoodamani 78. 8 means Dichana? Yes, Acha. 79, you have not done it. It may be there, I don't know. Apata vairagyavato mumukshun bhavabdhi param pratiyatum udyatan ashagraho majjayatentarale nigrihya kanthe vinivartya vegat. This I'll just tell the meaning. Apata vairagyavato mumukshun bhavabdhi param pratiyatum udyatan ashagraho majjayate entarale nigrihya kanthe vinivartya vegat. Now it is saying that vairagya is necessary. Now many people, they feel that they can read the Shastras, they will spend some time in spiritual practices, whether it is meditation, chanting, contemplation, reading Shastras, and maybe reflection for some time. But they do not give any attention to increase Vairagya. That is, your liking for the world is more, or every day slowly you are finding that many things actually you are doing unnecessarily, is meaningless. So your love is growing towards the dwelling in the thoughts of Brahman or Atma. Or maybe you want to discuss with your like-minded people. You do not like to discuss other things with other people. So, every day actually we must see this. Is my liking growing, or it is as it is? This is an occupation. Just like I am reading many things, I am going here and there, doing many other things. This is also another occupation. It should not become like this. If you are sincere seekers, then the liking towards the thought of Atma and Brahman should increase day by day. Vivek, you are very young, first time getting exposed. So what are you feeling? I don't know. You are feeling, what are they talking about? I am going to start my life. What are they saying? Are you thinking like that? Huh? Huh? So looking at your face, I felt. My dear son, try to understand it. Unless you have detachment towards anything, you will not be able to do work well also. If you have attachment, you will not be able to do work properly. There we forget that is not, the mind will not be clear. Just like a doctor, generally the husband, if the husband is a surgeon, will not do the surgery for the wife because of the attachment. Mind will not be able to think clearly. Fear will come, anxiety will come. So, it is good thing that you get exposed. You should actually be very grateful to God. But you need not understand everything, you simply hear. So where is that gone? So it says that if the dispassion, if you are not having enough of dispassion, and you are not trying to do it also, you keep your interests as it is, but you feel that you must realize the self, at least progress a little bit, then this shark of hankering catches the throat of those seekers after liberation. Now, are you seekers after liberation? Many of you? All of you? Acha. Here? He is not. So, huh?
He's going to be Vivekachoodamani later.
Okay. So seekers of liberation, are anybody there? Here? There? Here? See? All are afraid. So it says that like a shark or a crocodile, it catches the throat of those seekers and then they make them get drowned into the water. They will just drag them into the water. That is, even if you try to progress a little, if your mind is not loving this self or Brahman and still remains very much in the worldly thoughts, anatma chinta, worldly thought, worldly enjoyments, then slowly, this you will be dragged away from your goal. So this it says. So this is what, now since I have come up to this and this Vivek is here, so I would like to say something before I go further. You know, I was trying to see what Swamiji has said on Vairagya. So I got in the Prabhatrishmi first volume, Detachment, the Only Way to Live Well. I've forgotten the chapter, where Swamiji is similarly talking to the Gurupoornima retreat crowd. Just like you have come, Gurupoornima retreat crowd. So before Swamiji's talk, which is published, there is a little introduction. In the introduction it is written that one devotee is telling Swamiji that Swamiji, all this time you have been talking on Bhagavad Gita, and from your talk we have always had developed strength and clarity so that we can deal with any situation in family life as well as professional life. But now we are finding, this year we are finding, you are talking about Vairagya. So I am very confused. Is it that you are feeling that we should all leave and go away? So please, very, very freely tell us what you are intending us to do. You understand? So this is Vivek's question also. He also must be thinking that, oh, why this? So I was reading it, and I will I will just read. Can I read? What Swamiji says. I am taking a little portion of it. So Swamiji says, and children, there is no message in spirituality which ever tells you to escape, to run away from any situation. But the message of spirituality will not become full unless it drives home well the fact that you are not born here to become attached to anything. So, message is this, that you are not to run away, but you are not to be attached. What is meant by attachment? It is self-quoted bondage. Self-quoted bondage. And that is what we do not understand. That we make the bondage ourselves. And slowly, if it was only one round of rope, slowly we make it so much that we are not able to escape at all. You get married. The association of the partner should be a source of joy, harmony, and additional strength to you. If it proves to be otherwise, if it becomes a source of agitation, anxiety, and fear, if it constricts and subdues your personality instead of expanding it, then it is because of attachment. What is the attachment? This attachment is out of expectation. We want, the wife expects a particular behavior from the husband. Husband wants a particular behavior from the wife. And when it is not met, there will be all kind of disturbances. Similarly, children, parents will want a particular behavior from the children. They will not behave like this. So there will be lot of clashes, quarrels, disobedience will be there. Then, similarly, the arrival of your child in the family should be an additional enrichment. If at any time it proves to be otherwise, that is because of your undue attachment. Undue. Little attachment is necessary, no? So there is a story, I hope I'll be able to tell the story properly. Vishnu and Mahalakshmi. So Mahalakshmi was telling that, why do you give mamata? Because of mamata people suffer. Why do you give mamata to the creatures? So Mahavishnu said, okay, since you are saying, I will not give, and let us see what happens. So one cow delivered. So cow was licking the calf, and Sri Mahavishnu lifted up the mamata. The cow went away leaving the calf. You understand? So then Mahalakshmi started saying, oh, this poor calf, nobody to look after. So please, don't take away the mamata. So Mahavishnu said, okay, I give it back. Then the cow runs back to the mother. So some mamata is necessary. When we came here, Swamiji said, you must have mamata for the ashram. I said, all this time we heard that mamata should not be there. What is this, a mamata for the ashram? Actually, this mamata is a good mamata. You must see that the ashram is looked after well. Nothing is wasted, nothing is broken. This mamata is good. Even in a house it is good. But undue should not be there. What is undue? What gives you suffering. Suffering, agitation, anger, irritation, blame, criticism, that kind of attachment is not good. Mamata is not good. So, undue attachment. If at any time it proves to be otherwise, that is because of your undue attachment. This attachment is to be identified and removed. Without detachment, you cannot have strength. You cannot have composure. Without detachment, you cannot have freedom, my dear children. Whenever your composure is assailed, understand that you are attached. If there is composure is assailed, then look into yourself and see there should be some expectation, some attachment somewhere. You may work in any office or factory, but you are not supposed to get attached to it. Then Swamiji gave two examples. One is the air is flowing, it goes through the nostril, it goes into our lungs, we take breath. Does the air get attached and remain there? They gave a river example. The river is flowing from the heights to the plains. It goes and merges into the sea. After some time, again there is evaporation. At any time, it doesn't stay where it is. It is only flowing. We are also supposed to be moving, flowing. Initially, we are related to the parents. Then it is marital relationship. Then we have children, their marital relations, and later the grandchildren. Through all these relationships, we are supposed to flow without getting attached to any. Whenever you suffer, the cause is attachment. Whenever you feel ease and freedom, it is a result of detachment. This is what Swamiji has written. So, we understand that even in Bhagavatam it is there, Bhakti Virakti Bhagavat Prabodha. It is a devotional text. So it says that first you, in Kapilopadesha it says, Shraddha Ratir Bhaktir Anukramishati. That is, you start getting exposed. First you start listening to the glories of God and the Leelas of God. Hear about it, do manana over it, take the name of God. So slowly, and where will you go? And here you should go to a Mahatma. Those who have realized, those who have become gods themselves. So listen from them. Go there and listen. And first when you go, first time you have got exposed. Then you feel like going again. Let me hear again. So like that, when you go again and again, these words will fall into ear, and then Shraddha will develop. Shraddha to hear. Then Ratihi, Shraddha, Ratihi, Bhakti. Rati means love. When you start hearing, you understand, oh, God is omnipresent, God has these qualities, He has created us only because of His design and wish we are born, and everything in this universe is running. So when we hear again and again, love for Him, bhakti for Him develops. Just like when we have a small child, we are not so much attached. But when we handle, after time that attachment becomes so much. Our love becomes so much. So it is like this. So Shraddha Ratihi. Then Shraddha Ratihi Bhakti. After that, this love to listen also increases. After Shraddha, Rati increases. Then it becomes Bhakti. When we understand that He is the one who has given us this body, animated it, making us also work. Because of animation only, He enters us. You must be chanting one shloka in the evening prayers, Yo Anta Pravishya. So that is, Dhruva is saying that you who has entered me, and because of your entering, all my limbs, my speech has got enlivened. I am able to talk, I am able to walk, I am able to do work, I am able to eat. And my life also has, life also is there in my body. It is because of your presence. And what is the presence? In devotional text it is God. In the other text it is the self. So, it says that when this bhakti also becomes, when the bhakti increases, as bhakti increases, so virakti also increases. What is virakti? Dispassion. When bhakti to God increases, bhakti towards the world decreases. That is virakti. And to world increases, the bhakti towards God increases, and virakti increases means what? It's not that you should not do your duties. Unnecessarily meaningless things you leave. And that time you give for the thought of God. So, bhaktihi, viraktihi, bhagavat prabodha. So, most of the time, you find that you're trying to do your work. In the work itself, you get connected to Him. In what manner? If we think that, oh, I have been created by that Supreme Presence, and all my limbs, etc., are working because He is animating me. He has given me the buddhi, the intelligence to work, to plan, to execute, everything He has given. And a situation that I am in, that is also has come to me. So everything is because of one presence, who is the Supreme, who is everywhere, who is in everything. Just while working in your offices also, just for a moment if you think like this, you are getting connected to that source. You understand? It will not happen if you just take the Nama, Rama, Krishna. You have to think this. My mind, my buddhi, my limbs, my senses, my body, my ability to work, my intelligence, everything is being given. Is some design. As the universe is also, a tree is growing, everything in that tree, who is making? The same person is same presence, consciousness, or this power is doing for us also. So, initially in a habit, you have to think like this, whether you are going to the market to buy vegetables, or you are sweeping your room, or you are washing your clothes, brushing your teeth, taking your food, or you are maybe in a very high post where many things depends on your decisions and other things, constantly thinking that this is not I am doing, this is being done by some power. Immediately what is happening? You are getting connected to that presence. So, when you are thinking like that, what will happen? That bhakti, virakti, it will give you the feeling of the self inside you, Bhagavat Prabodha, the realization and the presence will be felt inside. This is from Bhagavatam. It is, I think that this is a very good thing to think always, I always used to tell Swamiji that when we came here, lot of work had to be done. I was not even used to doing so much of work and so much of heavy work. Otherwise also, but I did everything very happily because I felt that it is a seva to my Guru. So learnt everything, whatever was necessary. Ashram was very small, resources were very less, and but there was a lot of joy in doing things. But I would ask Swamiji that all this from morning till night, there is only domestic work, looking after the ashram. And out of that I used to find joy in preparing food for Swamiji, serving him food, and while taking food he would talk many things. He was very busy in all these movements, so he will talk movements thing also, or sometimes if I ask something he'll give a reply. And also looking after his clothes, dyeing them, matching them, all these things. I mean, doing seva for him. So that was very much, I felt that was very good. But slowly understood that everything else in this ashram, it is Swamiji only. So I must look into, with the same joy I must do other things. So I was doing. But I used to ask him how to remember God. While doing all these things, the mind gets focused to the work. So how to remember God? Then he told me that sloka about the gopikas, that they used to get up in the morning and they would do the very simple household work. Sweeping the courtyard, then smearing with cow dung, then whatever, they will go to the cow shed and boil the milk, then put them for boiling, put the milk for boiling. Then they will take the curd which they have curdled at night, and they will start doing this, what is it called? Manthana, churning and getting the butter out of it. Meanwhile, there's small children who are in the cradles will get up. So they will go and cradle them and make them sleep again. They will do this thinking of Krishna and singing Krishna's name. That is why they are called Dhanya Brajastriya. They are the greatest devotees. Doing this work, if they can think of God, why can you not? That was Swamiji's reply to me. They were doing the simple work. If they could remember God, why can you not do it? You understand? I think it applies to everybody. That means we can do it. Only thing, we allow our mind to be unrestrained going to other thoughts. It's a very beautiful sloka. I think I will remember it when I chant. Yadohane apahanane mathanopale paprenkenkanar varuditokshana marjanadau gayanti chaina manurakta dhiyo shrukantyo dhanya vrajastriya urukramachittayana yadohane abahanane mathanopale paprenkenkanar varuditokshana marjanadau gayanti chaina manurakta dhiyo shrukantyo dhanya vrajastriya urukramachittayana. Gayanti chainam anuraktam anurakta dhiyoshru kantyo. Gayanti means, see, the first line is the what work they are doing, which I told you. Gayanti means they will be doing this work, singing. Chainam anurakta dhiyacha enam anurakta dhiyaha. Their mind and buddhi was full of love for Krishna. Ashrukantyo. And they were singing with their voice choked because of the blissful tears. And dhanya brajastriyaha. They are the dhanyas. Because they can do like this. So Swamiji used to tell me that why you cannot do. So I am going from here to there. That is my way of talking. So please excuse me. So Swamiji used to tell me, and sometimes because Swamiji was engaged in the movements, there was mostly people Malayali people will come, they would be discussing. Didn't know Malayalam at that time. So there used to be a lot of feelings that cannot understand anything. Sometimes some others will come and would hear Swamiji talking in English. Maybe some spiritual talk is going on, but I'll be busy with work, so could not even go and sit there and listen. So that initially used to give me a little sorrow, a little sadness that I'm not able to hear. The mind will be looking forward to hearing. So one day I thought, the sound that comes from Swamiji's voice, that sound I will think as Krishna's flute, and let me be satisfied with that. If I hear and hear and hear, what will I do? I should feel divinized by the sound itself. And then that was over. So these are many things which sometimes come to my mind. Now I will go to Vairagya Shatakam. Now, Vairagya Shatakam, yesterday we saw that There are 10 sections. Trishna Dushanam, condemnation of desire. Then futile efforts to give up sense objects. This is Vishaya Parityaga Vidambana. Jancha Danya Dushanam, condemnation of mental poverty of begging attitude. Then Bhogasthirya Varnanam, the description of evanescence of enjoyments. Kala Mahima Anuvarnanam, description of the working of time or the principle of change. Yati Nripati Samvada Varnanam, comparison as to how a monk stands to a king. Then Mana Sambodhaniya Manam, control of mind by stimulating wisdom in it. Nityanitya Vastu Vicharaha, discrimination of the eternal from the ephemeral. Shivarchanam, worship of Lord Shiva. And Avadhuta Charya, the way of life for an Avadhuta or self-realized ascetics, characterized by the highest spiritual freedom. So, we will start with the beginning and see how he has, in this, how he has started. So he has started with the first sloka is a stuti or praise of Lord Shiva or Shiva, the spacious consciousness, which is the lamp of knowledge. So he has written a shloka on that, and it says, the one whose image is adorned with soft rays of beautiful moon, seated as an ornament on his head, who has burned effortlessly Kamadeva like a moth in its passion, who is prominent in the welfare of all the worlds, who completely removes the weight of endless darkness of the human heart, that Lord Shiva, the remover of all sins, always resides in the heart of the yogis as the lamp of knowledge. Any text, initially, the most of the text, it is with a praise or the adoration or prostration to the Guru. So this one, he does a prostration or sort of worship of Lord Shiva. I am not telling the shloka. Now, from 2 to 6, the shlokas are on how the desire in human beings, they actually bring about suffering in the minds of people. So, it says, we have done summary of all of them, 2 to 6. It says, O desire. So I'll tell the shlokas, then you may not understand. I don't intend to make you chant also. It's very difficult shlokas. The shlokas which you can chant, we will do that. This says, Bhrantam desham aneka durga vishamam praptam na kinchit phalam tyaktva jati kulabhimanam uchitam seva krita nishphala bhuktam manavivarjitam paragriheshvashankaya kakavat trishne jrimbhasi papakarma pishune nadyapi santushyati. This is the second shloka. It says that I have pursued riches, security and sense pleasure throughout my life, often getting nothing in return. And so, one thing is sure, O desire, you have not been satisfied, you have only grown stronger. That is, we have pursued riches, everybody wants to earn more money, stay in more comfort and luxury, save money for oneself and the children, so that one will become secure in life. But then, the whole life, is it like that? Can we say that we are secure? Anything may happen any time. A war may break out, and so many things happened. When during COVID, people having lots of riches died because they did not get hospital beds and oxygen cylinders. What all happened? So security is not in money. Security is not in people around us. So he says that I pursued all this sensual pleasures also, but I have got nothing in return. Nothing in return means I have not got satisfaction. I did not get contentment. I did not get fulfillment. So only thing I can understand is that with all this, desire is not satisfied. Only the desire has increased. So when we are not satisfied, we feel that let me do something else so that I'll become secure, so that I'll get more money, so that I'll feel that there is no problem in my life. So we start doing further and further actions and we get the same result. We are not satisfied. Is it okay for you? So, yadichhalava santushtaha. This one quality, I think we should, from children also we have to teach them that what you get, be satisfied with that. Be satisfied. And what you deserve, you will get. You will whatever you rightly deserve, you will get. But one must not be hankering after enjoyments. Second, this was second. Then third. Utkhatam nidhishankaya kshititalam mata girirdhatavo nistirnah saritam patirnripatayo yatnena santoshitaha mantraradhana tatparena manasa neta smashane nishaha prapta kanavaratako pinamaya trishne sakama bhava. And this also it says that I have same thing in all these slokas, from 2 to 6, saying the same thing in various manner. So it says that, oh desire, I have been dancing to your tune my whole life. You are always making me dance according to your tune. But now please release me from your bondage. The fourth sloka, that also says, whatever it has said, that I have been putting up with so many people. Some are wicked, some I had fought with, some I had to listen to their vile speeches, but still I had to keep quiet. I could not say anything. So outwardly I have shown that I am cheerful, but I was sad. It happens in the offices. You have to hear so many, you feel that these are unfair things that is being done to you in the office. You cannot say anything because it is your boss. So there will be sadness in the mind, helplessness in the mind, but you have to keep quiet. So says that for all this I have done, but oh fruitful thirst, how much more will you have me dance? Says that now I am fed up. How much more do I have to dance? What is the method? Is there a method? So he is saying that, is there a method by which I can go beyond this? So then he says that I have, in many situations, I have forgiven, but not out of forgiveness, because there was no choice. I have renounced many things, but not knowing that those are worthless. I had to renounce because I had no choice. I have tolerated the harshness of weather at different times, but never willingly performed physical austerities. If the nature brought some harshness, I have tolerated it, but by myself I have not done any austerity. I have brooded on money and wealth, but never on the Lord within. Okay? Thus I have committed the very acts that ascetics do. Ascetics do? What the ascetics do? They are forgiveful. They will forgive. They will renounce by their own choice. They will take to austerities. I have done all that, but not with the right attitude. So I have not gained anything. So he says, Bhogana bhukta vayameva bhuktaha tapona taptam vayameva taptaha kalo na yato vayameva yataha trishna na jirna vayameva jirnaha bhogana bhukta vayameva bhuktaha. We have not enjoyed the sense objects. They have enjoyed us. We have danced to their tunes. Even though sometimes we do not want to, but we have been compelled to do, or because we have unrestrained senses and minds, we have done it. So we'll chant this and stop today. Tomorrow we'll do again. Bhogana bhukta vayameva bhuktaha
Bhogana bhukta vayameva bhuktaha
tapona taptam vayameva taptaha
Tapona taptam vayameva taptaha
kalo na yato vayameva yataha
Kalo na yato vayameva yataha
Trishna na jirna vayameva jirnaha
Trishna na jirna vayameva jirnaha.
So I am just telling the meaning. We have not enjoyed the sense objects. Rather, we alone have been enjoyed by the sense objects because we have been seized by them. Dance to their tunes. We did not perform austerities, but instead we have been afflicted by the tapatrayas through our life. And we have not passed the time. Kalaha na yataha. But time has pushed us to the door of death. Time has passed. We say that time is passing, but actually we are being pushed to the door of death. Trishnana jirna vayameva jirna. The intense sensual desires did not diminish with time. Rather, those desires have caused us to become corroded and emaciated over time. They have taken over us. Sampurnam Jagadeva Nandanavanam Sarvepi Kalpadrumaha Gangam Vari Samastavari Nivaha Punya Samasta Kriyaha Vacha Prakrita Samskrita Shruti Shiro Nasi Medini Sarva Vasthitirasya Vastu Vishaya Drishti Parabrahmani Sarva Vasthitirasya Vastu Vishaya Drishti Parabrahmani. Jai Guru. Jai Guru.